Hey, what's going on, nerds? Welcome to the weekly update where we go over some of the biggest gaming news that happened this week. PlayStation 5 Pro is rumored for later this year, which would make sense since GTA 6 is due out next year, as the game alone will sell some consoles. And not only that, since it's not on PC, where else are you going to play it? So, surprisingly enough, there haven't been many leaks as to what it might look like, though. So, let's go ahead and leave it up to AI and see what it thinks. Well, looks like it's heavily influenced by the sandwich design of the PS4 Pro and somehow just goes all in on Star Wars. Xbox games start making their way to other platforms, where the first one will be Pentiment, which will come to the PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch on February 22nd. Hi-Fi Rush will arrive on PS5 on March 19th, while Grounded will come to the PS4 and PS5 and the Switch on April 16th. And then finally, probably maybe one of the biggest, the latest reveal we got is Sea of Thieves, which will be arriving on the PS5 on April 30th. Just like the Goonies, the PSP will never die. The PlayStation Portal just got hacked to play PSP games locally by some Google engineers. It was all done on the software side, so you could potentially jailbreak your PlayStation Portal in the future, it seems. But so far, this hasn't been made available for everyone yet. We got our first look at the Borderlands movie trailer, but no exact release date yet, besides coming soon later this year. And personally, after watching it, I still felt kind of meh about it. The trailer, I think, might have shown off majority of the funny or the epic moments, or maybe it just had the wrong background song to it. I went back and actually watched it again with Ain't No Rest for the Wicked playing in the background, and instantly the tone of the movie was just that much better. Is a Respawn Mandalorian game in the works? Supposedly, rumor has it, it'll be a fast paced first person game as the player's health will need to be restored by getting kills. All the gadgets will be in full use, like the jetpack, the wrist rocket, grapple hook, and even the augmented visor. It will be made up of linear levels designed across the Star Wars galaxy, and sources currently suggest it's likely 2 years out, but I'm all in for letting Respawn just cook, since they know something about first person shooters, movement, and how to tell a great story. Sticking with Star Wars though, a Battlefront Classic Collection will be available March 14th and will actually support 64 players online. Can't wait to see how those Yodas just jumping around with their lightsabers. 11 years later, and NCAA football is back. The gaming landscape has changed drastically though in that amount of time. All athletes who opt in will get $600 and a copy of the game. Seeing as there's 11,000 players involved, that's a decent amount of money. But how much will the game make in comparison, not just through normal sales, but also microtransactions now because, hell, it's an EA game for God's sake. EA Sports, give me your wallet. Elden Ring DLC is coming out June 21st, including the Xbox One and PS4. So if those consoles weren't already sounding like a jet engine, they might as well be at this point. For $39.99, which I actually haven't seen anyone complaining about this price, because I think all of us are focused on that actually being a good value for what we're about to get, or at least expect. So as long as it meets the value, or probably even, exceeds it, then by all means, $39.99 it is. It was reported that Microsoft doesn't want to make offshoots of Halo, despite all the ideas that some devs had around the game. So, once again, leave it to the Forge community to do it. This time, the Forge Falcons are at it again with their game mode in a Helldivers 2 fashion, as that game's popularity has increased over the week. No current date on it, but it is currently in the works, so be on the lookout for that. Helljumpers, where are we dropping, boys? Microsoft and Intel strike a deal for a custom chip, and it's AI related, not Xbox. So don't get your hopes up, because if you're still stuck on only having a certain device because it's considered the most powerful one to ever exist, I think your priority got to change, because as an example, Nintendo's killing it out there with that lackluster hardware and actually has some Game of the Year winners. So sometimes it's the software that makes the device, not the other way around. Come hang out and chat every Thursday and Friday here on YouTube and over on Kick, and subscribe if you want to stay updated. I'll see you next week. Take it easy.